Let's now focus on the information technology. So IT in effective talent management system. So IT plays a very important role, as we all know, be it in respective of whatever the field that we work. So IT plays a very important role, starting from the institution or to the companies or to the government organizations or wherever it is. IT playing a very important role in information technology. Likewise, when we talk about talent management system, so IT have a predominant role to be played in making the talent management system very effective and result oriented system. So the first and foremost thing here, why is technology important to effective talent management? So that's what we gonna study in this point. The first and foremost thing is about the automation. It enables automation of talent management process such as recruitment, onboarding, performance management, learning and development, and employee engagement. So how automation is adopted, how automation have influenced to bring in that efficiency in the talent management. So where there is a less intervention of human efforts. That is what I'm going to tell about. Since I'm working in an IT company, it's a product based IT company. So we have an automation which there is a less intervention of a human efforts. So in order to keep a talents, I mean to say the candidates who are the selected candidates where the offer is rolled out. I'm just giving you a scenario here. So when you roll out an offer to the candidate and you just want to keep the candidate warm. So you have to have an interaction with the candidates. So what happens? So here, this area needs a lot of human efforts, right? So you have to schedule a call, you have to meet a candidate, you have to keep them engaged. Your engagement activity, pre-engagement activity, pre-onboarding engagement activity is what we call, and post-onboarding engagement activity. So there are two um, activities that we do for recruiting people while recruiting people. So this automation will always give them some sort of keep them warm by automatically triggering some of those connectful information about the company or about what are the new initiatives that company is coming, probably a newsletters. So these are some of the facts where the automation play a very important role, right? Especially again when we talk about learning and development, automation is something which leverage in understanding what are the skills, the skill set gaps. So for an example, if a person is deployed to one of the business units in the organization and if business units have some expectation, have some defined skill sets that is being looked upon the employee, and employee lack in those skill sets, so this would definitely automation would empower in understanding and identifying the gap of those skill set, and it does not stop there. It will also give a feed of trainings, a set of trainings and learnings and developments, so that employee would go through all those trainings and gain some knowledge in order to meet the business requirement. So this is something what we call as an automation. Recruitment, of course, when we talk about recruitment, so we have a beautiful tool. Almost 98.8% of Fortune 500 companies have adopted this application tool called applicant tracking system, right? So if there is a company calling for some position, XYZ position, and there are a huge volume of applicants applying for those roles, and you are expecting a manpower to sit and sort all those CVs? Certainly not. So we have that application which leverage the technology is getting leveraged there in order to sort and in order to scrutinize the applications. And there are a lot of a huge number of applications which is to the match of the JD of the role, particular role. So again, here the recruitment facilitates identification and attraction of talent, top talents to sophisticated software solution, as I've given one example, data-driven tool. So these are some of the technology, information technologies that has been leveraged in recruitment. Onboarding. Information technologies ensure a seamless onboarding experience for new hires by providing digital platforms and tools for orientation and training. We are talking about augmented realities. So metaphor. So okay, so you have augmented realities, which is as per our understanding, which is being used only in the e-commerce platforms, right? When we talk about IKEA, when we talk about other clothing brand companies, they use this augmented reality. So in order to give you the virtual experience. So here in the onboarding as well, so we are able to utilize those sort of technology, which is a top-notch technologies, in order to give them a realistic experience, employee experience. So it's whatever that we do here, the effectiveness of talent management system. It's all about giving an experience to the employees. Okay, so once the employee is stepping inside the gates of your organization, from there, all the experience starts to the employees, and we are leveraging technologies to give that um, to the employees, to the scope of employees. Performance management system. So IT will have a comprehensive data analytics about the performance of a talent. So how talent is performing, what is the standards and what is the actuals, having a comparison of it, where the talent is lacking, what is the learning abilities that we can empower to the talent to overcome those gaps. So this is something what we call it as a technology, information technology. So technology playing an important role in capturing the performance of an employee, giving them a proper a feedback, right? So feedback plays a very important role. So very instinctive feedback that we give, a frequent feedback that we provide to the employee will help employee to understand where is the downfall, so where is the gap, what is the problem statement. So by through that, so he or she will be able to overcome by getting some knowledge or by taking some assistance from their managers. They'll be able to overcome. So here the technology, information technology, playing a very important role when we talk about performance management system. Learning and development, as I said, learning and development is very important to keep employees motivated in continuous learning. Okay, so learning does not stop. So it should not be in an organization when there is a lot of dynamics that is played in the organization. So learning play a very important role. It cannot be static. It should be continuous. So micro learnings we provide to the employees, and you know what? There are technologies that has already been adopted and absorbed by some of the Fortune 500 companies called gamifying. Gamifying is something where you bring in the platform, it literally looks like some animation, some sort of a gaming motives that is there in the tool, which attracts employees to take up those learnings or take up those developmental materials, which will predominantly help them to improve their abilities and probably enhance their skills. So these are some of the technology driven tools that we adopt in learning and development. And next is about remote work support. Of course, when we talk about a new norm, the new normalization work culture is about hybrid, right? So we have a lot of jobs that offers for a hybrid, a lot of jobs that offers for a complete remote working, right? So when we do that, so talent management, managing the talent there becomes a little challenging. People coming, stepping inside the office, and you have a face-to-face interaction, you can keep employees intact with org culture. You can keep employees intact with org objectives. And when this scenario is all of a sudden, the scenario is changed where employees somewhere corner in geographical areas, and the person is working remotely, and you do a lot of things inside the organization, and how effectively that can be reached to that remote employee, again playing a very important role. So we have a lot of virtual platforms that is created, a lot of collabs that we do as a company with digital platforms, so which will give the same flavor that we provide to employees in the actual work scenarios who are working in a remote atmosphere, right? So remote mode or the hybrid mode will also be empowered by the information technology. Insights and analytics. So HR analytics, IT will have a major functionalities to be played. So it enables to capture what are those datas. When we talk about data, data is something which is very, very important to take a decision in the organization. So be it, it can be whatever the decisions about um, upskilling of talents, be it in learning and development, be it in recruitment, or be it in job rotation inside the organization, leveraging talents inside the organization, in whatever scenarios. So we need analytics, the insights information, a very strong information to make whatever the decisions in the organization or strategies to plan whatever the strategies in the organization. Optimization. So IT empowers organization to optimize their talent management strategies, enable employees productivity and engagement, and drive business success. This is an overall perspective about information technology.